All right, Sky Squad, we are back in the building. And of course, we got to talk about a little bit of news. Now, y'all forgive me, I'm a little bit under the weather today, but we still make it pop, pop, pop as best we can. So, we're talking about Lisa Rinna first, right? So, y'all know how she made it seem like, oh, leaving Housewives was like the best decision that she ever could have made. Oh, yes, it was her choice. Well, all of that is kind of true, but the word kinda is what we need to really talk about because Andy is letting us know that it wasn't quite all roses the way she made it seem. So let's take things over to our friends over at the Real Housewives Zone. They got the tea for us from Andy Cohen's new book. He is spilling it. Oh, yes. So he is giving us the truth about her exit from in an excerpt from his new book, The Daddy Diaries, The Year I Grew Up. All right. He says that after the season 12 reunion, Lisa texted him in the middle of the night saying she'd be leaving the show. He responded by saying, quote, feels right. Then, just a few weeks later, okay, he says that he learned from his team that Lisa took it all back and that she wasn't planning on quitting any longer. So, Homegirl had changed her mind, okay? They say, sadly, this decision was already made and the show was planning on moving forward without her. He writes, I think she immediately regretted what she had done. And that's something that's like, if you're moving that erratically in that sort of moment, you needed to be on paused, fired, quit. Like whatever word you want to use, that needed to happen. I'm also shocked that she didn't publish the text. So this kind of goes back to the issue that I feel like most people had with Lisa Rinna in the last run of this past season. It was the erraticness of it all for me. It was the rage and regret of it all for me that we had talked about time and time again as we went throughout the season. And girl, if you are going through that much, what to me again seems like rage and regret, then maybe you do need a break. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of those people to me that they do something like foul or crazy to you and then they immediately like apologize and then they expect you to get over it, but their behavior doesn't really change because they keep doing the same things over and over again. So I think to me, on pause, quit, however she wants to put it, it's interesting to see the truth of the matter because obviously, why would he lie? And I'll be interested to see if she tries to make some sort of statement, clap back, because she is good for doing that. This book was just published on May the 9th, or at least not, well, put out May the 9th, I should say. And it'll be interesting to see once people start running with this story, whether or not she will try to, post some sort of clapback or post or publish the text message that she sent. Because he said she wasn't surprised that she did it. Okay. Let's talk about something else. I want to talk about two shows that I want to know if you guys are going to be watching and if you feel like we should be covering on this channel. Now, one of those shows, obviously, being the show that we had heard about for quite some time. Now, this is MTV's Couples Retreat. Now, we know that Falynn and Jalen, and we got to know Falynn from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then obviously, we know that Porsha ended up getting with Falyn's ex husband shortly after, they went through their divorce. So Falynn is talking to Young Jock in this conversation that the Neighborhood Talk has published. And so it's interesting because, in a lot of the conversations that we've seen with Falynn doing interviews in the past, I know for myself, I try not to dive too deep into it because I also wanted to know other things that she had going on. But in this, she's actually talking about it. And she says that she felt betrayed by Porsha when she got into, obviously that relationship that she's in with now, and she's married to Simon. She says that her and Porsha were cool and she wouldn't do that to another woman. She says that Porsha was, asking to link up with her, asking to hang out with her, trying to, go out to the jamborees or whatnot, allegedly. This is what she said. So that is why she feels so betrayed by it. Now, of course, we got young Jock on this show, and y'all, I could tell from the comment section, y'all be like going in on young Jock and his relationship as well. So I want to know if you guys are watching Couples Retreat, if you guys want us to watch that show, if you want to try to recap that show, let us know in the chat down below. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. And so we also got to talk about another show that is making the news right about now. And I think you all know exactly what it is, okay? We have got to talk about we got to talk about Joseline, and we got to talk about Tiffany Pollard getting into it on College Hill Celebrity. And I'm trying to pull it up, but I'm trying not to actually play the clip because I don't own the rights to that clip. All right, so if you guys have not seen the blogs, if you guys haven't seen the news outlets, the recaps, you guys will know that Joseline and Tiffany get into it because Tiffany's dog died, right? And so Tiffany is saying that her dog tur died. So dog tur is like a combination of the word dog and daughter, right? And so Joseline feeling a type of way, like hearing like, oh, she heard her daughter died. So of course, Joseline, who has a daughter, is like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And she rushes to give Tiffany a hug. But then one of the roommates, Parker, I think, clarifies that Tiffany actually meant her dog died. They get into it because Joseline now wants her hug back because she thought that Tiffany was actually talking about a real person. So they start to go at it, and Tiffany Pollard get to screaming because she feels like, Joseline is now being insensitive. Apparently, in this first episode, Joseline is kind of getting into it with everybody. She done locked Parker out the room that they sharing together. She going at it with Tiffany about this miscommunication about the dog. I mean, for me, I understand it. I have a dog, but I don't have no kids. So I cannot equate a dog to a human. However, I understand how people feel about their dogs, especially when they dog pass. You know what I'm saying? Because people's dogs be meaning a lot to them. So it's not to negate that. Again, a dog is not a human, but I still feel like people can have a similar type of love in some way, shape, or form. But again, a dog is not a human. I want to reiterate that because I know people going to come in the comments and say that. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Are we watching College Hill Celebrity Edition this season? If so, I would definitely tap in and tune in and watch and try to cover. As you guys know, I had a dental emergency yesterday, so I have been on medication this morning that has me feeling like I'm literally about to puke right now. And I know that's a little bit TMI, but I got to be real with y'all. That's why y'all ain't got the review yet. So let me know if y'all are watching these shows, and I will obviously catch you guys in the next video.